$10 million right now in your hand, but there's a catch.
Okay.
A snail is chasing you for the rest of your life.
It's like turbo?
No, regular snail.
Okay.
If it touches you, you die a terrible death, okay? This snail cannot be killed. It knows your location at all times. Its only purpose is to find you. Are you going to take the money?
A snail?
So basically, no
So if I
matter
go to
where you
sleep-
are, sleeping, vacation, you fly across the world, it's
The
always
snail's on the plane. He's on the train. He's on the automobile.
It's always
Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
On your ass. If it touches you, terrible, terrible death. You can't kill it. It always knows your location, and it's always on the way.
You know, I've seen the tortoise and the hare, even though we're talking about a snail. And who wins the race?
The hare.
No, the tortoise.
I didn't watch it.
Oh.
I know the story. I know the story. Slow and steady.
So,
Yeah.
Right. So with that being said, I feel like if this snail has any personality to it, this is really going to be a battle. And even though it's small and slow, I feel like it would find a way to catch me slipping. I mean, I feel like the best way to get me is if I'm asleep. With that being said, I'm not taking the money.
Damn. Okay.
Because if it could get me, like, I'm stationary for 8 hours.
Okay.
A snail can get your ass within 8 hours.
Well,
And all it has to do is tap you.
it just has to touch you.
It just has to touch you. Now, if I could sleep suspended in the air.
Like a bat? Why is that your only solution?
Because getting away from it, doing any other activity. But then what about if I'm in a confined space? Like,
I need to know other rules. Can other people touch it? Is this like a multi-kill type of thing, or is it specific to you?
Because it says its life's mission is to kill you.
Its only purpose is to find you. It always knows your location, and it can't be killed. But I don't think that necessarily equates to it being able to get you, you know? And if my life was on the line, I would trap it. I would put it in a safe, fly that safe to like somewhere in Russia or Thailand and like throw it in the ocean and then come to Los Angeles. So even if it was alive in there, knew where I was, like, oh, he's in Los Angeles. And like its purpose was like, I don't know. It would
See, I was thinking I couldn't somehow like do that. I didn't think I could make contact at all. Now, you changed the game when you say that. Like, this nigga said, put it in a safe and throw it in the ocean. God damn.
Like, what if you like just risked your life and it was coming towards you and it was like, I'm gonna finally do it, and then you put a safe over it, and then you know, obviously you got the hazmat suit.
What if you about to put the cup over it and it jump?
Oh, it had powers you didn't know about? What if it just started taking off?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Turbo. I just watched Turbo. And Turbo got hit with some like electrifying juice.
I didn't see it. I never saw that movie.
It's really good. I think Ryan Reynolds is the voice, I think.
Oh, really?
It's such a cute movie.
I think I'm taking the money.
Yeah.
10 mil. I would spend.
If you can do that, then absolutely. Because it ain't getting out
like,
of safe in the bottom of the ocean.
I'd probably spend like $500,000 making sure that it was somewhere that it would never, ever, ever get out. I'll throw it in the Mariana Trench. It would need like a Pixar movie to get out of there and make it all the way back to me.
Throw it in a volcano.
Can't die though.
Can't die, but if you threw
it's so open. Like I feel like he would just like slither up. Now he's like a magma snail.
That's the only thing for me. If they got the power to stay alive through it all, then I feel like it has the power. It's probably smart and could fucking open the safe from inside, swim up.
It never said
just float on. He can float on back to your location. Like, yeah, you thought you had me, bitch. Well, but here I am.
Besides being
sleep.
Besides being a murderer and it can't be killed, I think it's a regular snail.
It knowing your location though, that's some high tech snail shit.
I got to see this snail in action.
What if the snail could clone itself? Now you got multiple snails out here on your ass.
There's got to be some way to incapacitate it, but it's still alive, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what if you took its shell off and then and just pinned it down with a million little ants?
Oh, okay.
You know, put it in an ant colony.
Is that the predator for a snail? Who's there?
Salt,
Who be eating? Well, yeah.
salted
Who
foods?
be eating snails outside of humans?
It's a
Birds.
good question. Yeah, I think birds. That seems like I don't think they look good, but to a bird, I feel like they look kind of tasty, like little appetizers,
Little chips,
little nuggies.
Snail chip. All right.
Little
Speaking of
nuggets.
food,
Oh shit! Is this
you ready?
no?
Yes, you are. Let me suck on your banana. I got that sex appeal. Split me wide open and watch me sink you like a seal.
Sink what like a seal?
You
What do seals sink?
themselves. I'm gonna sink you. You know how like
What?
when we did We Trip in Cabo.
Mhm.
Remember that seal jumped on the boat,
Yeah.
and then when it jumped off, it just sunk.
Let me
So
sink
my
you
water,
like a
let me sink you like a seal. Yeah. Let me suck on your banana. I got that sex appeal. Did you like that one?
That was. It felt like a popsicle stick joke in the middle.
Split me
was,
wide open, banana split.
Oh, I didn't catch that one.
Watch me sink you like
Some
a
of these
seal.
bars are going under my head.
So well, okay, so hear me out. So split me wide open, that's a banana split.
Okay.
What does a banana split sit in?
Ice cream.
A boat. The
What?
thing is called a boat. Yeah. So it sits in a boat. So watch me sink you. Sink
Like a
the boat
seal.
like a seal. Just banana split peel boat. Where you headed with it? You giving me some credit or no?
Let me sink you like a seal.
Okay.
I eat her fish and chips
Ugh.
like a meal.
Ew. Fish and chips. Damn, bro.
I pull out my Lil Shaquille.
Wow.
That's a big black schlong, cause you know it's real.
Bye.
I got the banana clip, case a nigga steal.
Mm,
That was mediocre at best.
yeah. I like this though.
I
That was a nice touch. It was like rolling the dick out like a fucking red carpet.
I just pictured having like a big Shaquille O'Neal penis, but like it looks like Shaquille O'Neal, like he's just down there. Like,
What if
this.
his penis is not that big? I heard like big old gigantic dudes be having like itty weeny.
I don't know, but him himself is very tall, so that's why I was thinking like, I'll pull out the Shaquille, make your girl O'Neal.
Mm-hmm. And I'll bring up some shit to her and strike a deal.
Then you'll get some new draws that are pink and teal.
And I'm going to wear them on Instagram and put them on a reel.
I porked her from the back, made her squeal.
It made her squeal. She sounded like a seal, but not a regular one. A motherfucking Navy SEAL.
Oh my God. Ugh. I made her sound like a Navy SEAL? Like a big buff nigga? All right.
Porked her and squeal is hilarious.
Damn. You say your thread first because mine is quite a mood switch.
Uh-oh. Okay. Well, I had my wrap up, so let me go to my actual thread. I put
Okay.
this on Twitter, or X, shall you say.
Ugh.
And I just wanted to see what the people had to say. So the
Mhm.
question is, if your partner is exhausted and they fall asleep at 5:30 p.m.,
Mm-hmm.
what do you do? Do you wake them up? If so, after how long?
What?
Or do you let them sleep until they get up on their own?
Is this like saying to avoid them ruining
up
their...
all night sleep cycle, ruining the sleep cycle? Do you let them sleep or do you wake them up?
All right. Mine is a little grim. You might say grisly.
Grizzly.
This is man takes to Instagram
Mhm.
to confess to killing his girlfriend by mistake.
By mistake?
His words, not mine.
I'll be the judge of this.
Well, it is possible to kill someone by mistake. However, I don't have high hopes for this one.
My thing is, why go to Instagram to confess this?
Not smart.
Pretty wild.
That is a public confession.
That's, rest in peace to the young lady.
Let's go with yours first. Yours
Start
seems
with
more
me.
fun.
Okay. So, if your partner is exhausted and they fall asleep at 5:30 p.m., what do you do? Wake them up? If so, after how long? Or let them sleep until they get up on their own? Django says,
Django, that's who we talking to first?
respect the slumber. Let them sleep till they get up on their own. This nigga said, please don't wake me up. It's been happening a lot lately. The only correct answer is wake them up when the food is ready.
Wow.
Cause it's
I mean, that sums it up.
yeah, because it's 5:30 we talking. So
Yeah.
chances are
Dinner's
if they
still
do go
happening.
to sleep, they still need dinner.
Yeah.
And if they're exhausted, they might not wake up till 1:00 in the morning. But if they gotta be at work at 6:00 in the morning,
Yeah.
then
That was my first thing was, what is this person's day-to-day life? You know, are
Mhm.
they exhausted because of one thing that really tired them out and they have a chill period?
mhm,
Or is it something where they got to be up early the next day too? So
right.
I think that was that all of them? My bad.
No,
Oh,
there's
okay,
more.
Keep going.
This person, sorry. I grab a pillow, put it under their head, then grab a second pillow and smother that trick to death. How dare she fall asleep before me?
Damn. That did not go where I was thinking.
Somebody said, depends. My partner has work early in the morning. If she sleeps until she wakes, she's going to be up all night and gets tired right before she has to go to work.
Mhm.
So no work or plans, then I'll leave her be.
Yeah.
This guy said, this is a trick question. If you wake her up, she's grumpy.
Mm.
If you let her sleep, she's cranky in the morning after finally falling asleep at 5:57 a.m. Which is true.
You got to know the person. That's why the one before this was good, because it seemed like she knew exactly like his schedule and how he was. So she acted accordingly.
Right. This says, rub them biddies on him. If that doesn't wake him up, he's either tired or dead.
Wow. That's our only options when you
Tired,
guys
I
decide
said.
to throw some titty on us?
Somebody said, depends on what you're waking them up for. Also, how you wake them up is a key factor. So if you wake them up, oh, the gobbler slobber,
It don't matter.
the dome,
The
he's
exhaustion is over with. 5 minutes, hour, 2 hours. Now, I think that scientifically, you can take a nap for like an hour and you'll be refreshed. So
Mhm.
there's no point in, screwing up their exhaustive
yeah, because
night.
And then there was a lot of people who I just felt like were out of touch with, why is this even a question? Why would you ask it? Because if you are living with someone or whatnot, and like letting them sleep, if I fall asleep at 5:30,
Mhm.
do not let me sleep for 6 hours.
Right.
Because if you do, I'm up
Yeah.
and
And the rest of your day is shot.
everything is shot. Because now, if I fall asleep at 6:00 in the morning and then I wake up at 8, because if I fall asleep at 6, I'm not going to sleep until 1:00.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'll still have to get up in a couple hours and then my sleep my sleep cycle has started over again.
Right.
So it's like, bruh, now at 2:00, I'm sitting there like, like that's the world. Like you could have just woke me up. Like, please wake me up. Do not let me sleep all the way through if I fall asleep that early.
And I think a big part was, getting, we've all been like, in a deep sleep, and then like your mom or somebody will wake you up and be like, it's bedtime. And you're like, nigga, what? So I think a big part is like, it sucks when someone kind of wakes you up for no reason.
Right.
Which is why I think the universal answer is when the food is ready. Because obviously 5:30, like you said, was right before dinner, and that's a reason. Like the food, people do not want to sleep through food,
right?
And then you can get up, eat. You can kind of make that decision if you want to go back to bed or not, but you can at least like have something to do while your body kind of wakes up, because it takes your like that's why I suck at doing things right in the morning, like going somewhere, because it's like your body has to kind of like wake up too. Like your brain wakes up and it's just like, gotta do this, and your body's like, come on, give me a second. So I think that it's if you wake them up for something like food, that makes sense. But waking them up for just to do it.
What I'll do, because I don't necessarily know like the next schedule for the next day, so I'll just be like, hey, you've been asleep for 2 hours. You want to sleep or you want to get up? If they decide to sleep,
2 hours, giving them 2 hours first is good, because remember, they were exhausted, so you want to let them get a little bit caught up.
I'll even say the time too, like, hey, it's 7:30. You want to get up? Hey, it's 9:30. But I feel really uncomfortable letting them sleep past like 3 hours,
right?
Because I feel like you in the REM sleep, you deep in it, and if that person was exhausted, I guess the trickery comes in when you have somebody that's exhausted that could actually utilize 12 hours of sleep.
Right, because you could just wake up the next day.
You could wake up. You could go to sleep at 5:30 and wake up at 5:30 in the morning, super refreshed. But how do you like gauge that?
Right.
So
that's very custom too. It depends on what they did. Why are they exhausted? Is it's just like they had a crazy day at work, or like they've been up for the past 3 days? Then it's just like, oh, okay, let them sleep if that's the case. How long does it take you to like reset your sleep cycle?
Shit. Maybe like 2-3 days.
That's it?
Yeah, 2-3 days to get back to, but then it's a struggle. Yeah. So like those 2-3 days, it's like I have to force myself to stay up, whether it's drinking half of a 5-hour energy when I get sleepy so that, I'll have energy until it's bedtime, or, just thugging through it, doing some shit, going to the gym later,
Stuff that makes you tired and shit. Yeah.
So, yeah, but I'm just one of those people like, don't let me sleep past 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't want to sleep past 2 hours, because after that,
my body like locks in like, oh, this is the new time we sleep in. Cool. And it'll literally just like be so strict on that. Like Sunday, I had a 4 a.m. call time that was somewhere like, it was like 30 minutes away. And I still haven't recovered. That was 3 days ago. I still have not recovered.
What time did you go to sleep?
10.
Okay, so you got you had a call time at 4 a.m.
Yeah. So I
had to wake up.
No. I had to be there at 4.
Oh, shit. So you went to sleep late, actually.
Yeah, later than I should have. But based on that, I've been waking up at that time every single day.
And, some people are mean as fuck when you wake them up. Mean as fuck. Even they might not even be mean people.
Right. That little window.
That just like a lion ready to bite your motherfucking head off for waking them up. I'm not one of those people. I wake up all chipper and shit, but
that's the other thing. If they wake up like that, you can at least say like, I tried, and you snapped. So at that point, it's just like, all right, nigga, fucking be up all night, you fucking vampire bitch.
Right. She ready to eat your motherfucking ass alive.
She's over here.
Okay, we went kind of dark, so let's transition into your even darker.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah, it's hella dark now. All right, so a man has taken to Instagram, to confess to killing his girlfriend by mistake over an argument.
Oh, hell no.
See that last part?
Like, Nigga, you're not gonna get away with this. Stop. It wasn't a mistake.
Well, let's get into this. So these are all blacked out IG messages with the white text.
Okay.
All right. I got into an argument with my girlfriend, and then he adds her.
Okay.
Which I mistakenly stabbed her and ran away out of fear and been suicidal since then. Immediately puts on the
How you mistakenly stab somebody?
Mistakenly
Why
stab
did you
somebody.
have something to stab her with in the first place? I'm about to debunk everything that this nigga says right now. Go
I
ahead.
want to end my life now because I have lost the one who I cherish so much.
But you didn't. You're on Instagram.
It's straight into the feel bad for me. I want to do the right thing and turn myself in. I will gladly die by paying with my life now. I failed myself. I failed my mom. I failed my family. Oh,
Why do you need to turn yourself in if you want to kill yourself?
Oh Lord, I can't believe this. The D is pause.
Right.
The D is a weird letter to stretch
Right.
out.
He's
Pause.
saying, "Oh Lord."
Oh,
It should have been an R. Oh Lord.
Or O, you know. I can't leave with this guilt. I'm going crazy. Nothing to. I'm trying to edit as I go. I'm going crazy. Nothing too kind again, and I will say nothing but the truth, all from the beginning to what brought us here. I should have left this toxic relationship, but I didn't. Oh Lord, forgive me for my sins. I wish I can go back in time and undo this, but it has happened. I'm not a bad person. I'm not an evil person. I'm not a criminal.
Sir, you
That
are
last one
all of
is-
the above.
Last one isn't even debatable. I didn't commit murder. Nothing was intended. Oh Lord, I don't know how this happened.
You didn't commit capital murder. You definitely committed murder.
She's dead, yeah. I want to live my remaining day on earth now, knowing I do the right thing and take accountability. I will say nothing but the truth and come out clean and hope God grant me eternal peace and accept me. If you're going to do a public confession, you got to go through the spell check and the grammar. That's like, can you imagine?
So I'm assuming he's a Christian.
A lot of lords. Yeah.
Sir, do you really think that in the Christian religion, suicide, you're
Right.
going straight to HE double hockey sticks?
Well, murder too. So
Murder, yeah, murder
So it don't
and
matter.
suicide. But suicide, you can't ask for forgiveness before you do the sin, and then do the sin, and then think it's supposed to be forgiven. So you're asking the Lord, hey, before I do this, you gonna accept me or
Right.
not? Because what are we doing here?
it's master manipulation going on in here.
Right.
I ruined.
So not only is he trying to manipulate us, the reader, he trying to manipulate
himself?
the man in the sky.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know how much goes
He
through
tried.
Instagram. Yeah. I ruined my life at the age of 26. Oh my God. I'm going crazy. I want to die. I'm in so much pains. I need help.
Now this,
What is life now? I want to turn myself in, but not doing it yet.
right?
I'm with what has happened. I think I deserve nothing but death. I will gladly die by hanging, by shooting, by whichever way fate has for me, I'm willing. Oh God, why this? What do I do now? I want to die. Can't face my family. I failed. Yeah, you know, it's pretty much
He's
that.
saying the same thing over and over.
Then there was now this is, obviously he doesn't make the best decisions by taking to Instagram,
Right.
but then he goes and hits his girlfriend's mom.
He tags her.
Text message. No.
Oh,
Text message. Bae mom. I'm deeply sorry and pain to the heart. Things resulted this way. I never intended to take my beloved life. I loved her so much, and I'm in much pain and have been suicidal. It's always
it's
tacking
about
that.
me.
Always tacking that on. It was a mistake and an accident as we got into a serious argument and fight, which led to her carrying knives. I'm not a bad person, not a criminal. I'm not a ritualist, and nothing like you have said.
A ritualist.
I don't even know what that is.
Isn't that somebody who
Does
like
rituals?
sacrifices goats and shit? Like, like all kind of like spells and rituals. Like every time I
I
hear
mean-
rituals, I think witchcraft and shit like that.
Yeah,
But it might not.
that we obviously, we don't know what
It's
happened.
not
It
always
could've-
that dark though.
If she said that that's what he's doing, there's a
Right.
possibility that that's what he's doing. And then of course he starts laying it onto himself for days. I've been trying to kill myself. Put you on conference with my uncle to break the news to you both at the same time about what happened, but you never joined the call, and I was dumbfounded. I was too dumbfounded to speak to only my uncle at the time. And then she responded with an audio message that we don't get to hear.
Mm.
Then he goes back to IG. I want no sympathy. I want no pity.
You're not gonna get any of those. You
I will
don't
turn
have to tell
myself
us
in, I
that.
promise, and she will get justice. And it just,
We
kinda
preferred
goes
if
in.
she had her life.
yeah, right. I will turn myself in shortly. Blah 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 blah. Now, here's the kicker. His @name, Killaboy Graham.
He should have changed it before. Like, nigga, change your screen
That's
name.
at the
before-
top of all of these messages. Is
Killaboy
Killaboy.
Now,
Graham.
correct me if I'm wrong. This situation was like a Nigerian influencer.
Yes,
Like
this was in Nigeria.
Yeah, it was the girl was an influencer, right? Pretty girl. Yeah, I so here's the thing. When you go into real sympathy, empathy, feelings of shame and guilt and depression, typically going to Instagram to talk about all this stuff is not usually, first off, you have to type it. So it's like, you got to open the app. You got to, go to the story or whatever.
Set up
And
the
you
black
got-
page.
you got-
yeah.
You got to take the picture of something black, you got to.
Right.
So there's a whole process that can take you out. I would have believed more had he had just did a video. Had he had did a video,
This is real time.
yeah, just saying, that way we can see some emotion. This nigga is typing out, Lord. Like, are we supposed to, is that supposed to translate to us
Right.
to like understand? Because it seems like he's trying. First off, this was all over the place.
Yeah.
It was, I don't want sympathy. I don't want empathy, but I feel bad. And I want you guys to know that I'm not a bad person.
Right.
So I want you to understand that what I did was a mistake. But I'm telling you through Instagram stories, which
Hard to take serious.
is hard. Yeah, it's hard to take serious. We can't see your emotion. We can't see any of that. You're saying you've tried to commit suicide, but it didn't work. Honestly, the people who have really tried and didn't succeed had some sort of incapacitation that happened, whether they took pills, whether they shot themselves, or something, jumped off a bridge, didn't die when they hit the water. There's some type of for people who actually attempt it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's people who say they want to do it but don't go through it. Not to take anything away from those people, that absolutely exists, but a lot of times people who truly feel like that don't call out for help, don't say to the masses like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
If you were truly feeling like that, chances are you wouldn't be telling the whole world, because he knew if he said, I killed my girlfriend, that this story was going to go viral. So he already knew that this was going to go to hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people. He already knew what that grab, because he started off.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like, what do we call it? Cold open.
Mm-hmm.
He started with a cold open to get our attention, and then goes on to tell the story.
Stuff. Yep.
Right. So why even bring us in? Why say you're gonna turn yourself in? You already feel this type of stuff. Turn yourself in. Don't tell us you're going to. Just do it.
It kind of reminds me of the same manipulation tactics of like people who, like a couple that breaks up, and the one whose fault it really is goes on a campaign of like making people try to hate the other one.
Right.
Just because they know if people knew how it happened, they would look like a bad person. So it was kind of just like, like you said, the cold open, murdered my girlfriend. It was an accident. Boom, I'm suicidal. Me.
Right.
Me. This, I deserve this. I'm not a criminal, blah, 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 blah.
I should have left this toxic relationship, as if you weren't the one that was toxic. So he's putting it on her indirectly, and then say, she brought the knives. I should have left this toxic relationship. No, she should have left you.
Yeah.
You are the toxicity. Like, she should have left you. You accidentally stabbed her. She looked kind of small to me.
Yeah.
So it's like, if this was the case, if you were really feeling bad about this, you would not be reaching out to us.
Yeah.
You would, and then how do you think her family feels to see that?
And they called him ritualistic, which I still don't fully understand, but there must be some crazy stuff behind this. I mean, his name is Killer Boy.
Right.
But I think that, like, a big thing is that, yeah, some things escalate out of control for sure. But I think what's wild about it is, like, I don't really give sympathy in the area where it's like, oh, she pulled the knife out. Because I feel like overall, we know that a lot of the times women are smaller than the man. So the only two reasons they would have to pull the knife out is if they're scared or if they're really, really upset. Because I mean, there are some women that just go, they pull the steel out for some crazy stuff. I don't see a scenario where getting the knife away from them and then stabbing them makes sense. You know what I mean? If anything, it's like, you should know you're the man. You're more than likely bigger and stronger than her. But then also, like, the optics of it. You stab her, what are you gonna say? Like, oh, but she did it first. It's like, bruh, it looks like you just straight up killed her. So I think that it's just
like why you didn't grab a couch pillow or something to put in front of you. You like, he sounds like he was completely helpless and that there was nothing he could do but stab her. And it's like, bruh, in this situation, it doesn't sound like you utilized any other resources to be able to de-escalate the situation. Like, you could have used your foot to, like,
it's hard to judge somebody in a life or death situation because we weren't there.
Right.
But I think that, like you're saying, there's stabbing them to death is just, I don't see how that's like the worst, literally like the worst case scenario. So,
and then I would love to hear the results of the autopsy, because what if it's more than one stab?
Right. And then him being called ritualistic, it could have never been her pulling out a knife. It could have been on some wild stuff.
Right.
So,
like, what was her body, like, what condition was her body in when she was picked up? Like, well, I want to know the autopsy results, because that could tell you a lot about what happened. What if he was on drugs? What if he was acting crazy, acting out, and she had to grab a knife because he was on some, some bath salts? Or
he said he ran away out of fear, which.
So to me, if you say this is a mistake, then why not try to salvage her life? Why not try to save her life by calling, oops, I stabbed her, shit. Okay, baby, hold on. I'm going to call, and get you some help. But you ran?
Can't do nothing and then say, I'm so sorry, I feel so bad after the fact, because somebody already lost their daughter.
Right. You left her there to die. Or did you make sure she was dead by the time you ran?
He made it seem like he killed her and then ran because he was scared of what might happen. But we have no idea. Like you said, the autopsy would be very, very interesting.
Because it's like, where did he stab her to? Did he stab her in the neck? Like, if you, nigga, like, did he stab her in the abdomen, like the back, like the thigh? Because, we got that artery in the thigh. Like, where did you stab her to where she would have died immediately? Because the way the story sounds is like, I stabbed her, she died, I ran. So she died before you left. So
the fact of the matter is that Black women are getting killed by their boyfriend, baby daddy, like at an all-time high. So either way, it really doesn't matter what happened. Stabbing her to death there was other things that you could do.
I just
there
wish.
was other things.
Why didn't he just run? Like, you just leave.
Remove this,
If she was blocking the door, go the opposite way and go out of a window or some shit. I don't know. Like, just barricade yourself into a room. Like, there was just so many different things that could be done in that situation instead of trying to de-escalate it. Like, go into a room, call the cops. Like, my girlfriend has a knife. I don't know what to do. I'm scared.
Mm-hmm. And he didn't even do that after the stabbing because if it was really an accident, call the police and see if you could save her.
Right.
But that didn't happen. So Killer Boy is, I don't know. It's not looking good for him. But rest in peace.
Let him rot.
To his what would you call it? Rest in peace to the victim.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go into some facts. I have like a totally opposite fact that's like super happy.
I have a fact that may help save your motherfucking life.
Ooh, okay. Lifesaver or happy?
Let's go into lifesaver because we just came from death.
Okay, there you go.
Let's go into lifesaver and then. Okay. How does poor oral hygiene affect the rest of the body? Poor oral hygiene can increase your risk for cardiovascular diseases such as endocarditis. Ooh. Bacteria can travel to your bloodstream from your mouth and cause inflammation and infection in the heart. Whoa. Studies also show that those with gum disease have double the risk for stroke.
Whoa, I didn't even think those were related.
I didn't either. Gum disease and stroke, like...
So if a nigga don't hit the right circular motions in the toothbrush, you could have a full stroke.
Yep. If you have gum disease like gingivitis, is halitosis an actual? Halitosis is just stank ass breath, huh?
Like it's like a rotten tongue or something.
Right.
What about
that can be cured, right?
I don't know. I think I did hear something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But gum disease, does that have anything to do with flossing?
So I was reading up on another fact about oral hygiene, and it said if you don't floss, you're only cleaning 60% of your tooth, and 40%.
60.
And 40% is left if you don't floss.
I might get whatever you get if you don't floss. Because damn, that shit hurts. That shit be blood everywhere. I hate it. Then they were like, yo, do the ones with the little that look like little slingshots.
Little pop.
That shit hurt too.
Well, your teeth are like close together. Mm-hmm. So you could be going in and then it go pop, and then pop your gums and now you bleeding.
Murder scene.
But all in all, that's why I use a water flosser.
Yeah, those make me bleed too. My
water flossers?
My gums weak as hell.
Nigga.
Okay.
You might have gingivitis. No, I'm just playing.
I'm about to go home and squirt it up.
Plug that thing in.
All right.
Yes.
That was great.
Thank you.
Mine isn't about oral fixations or oral hygiene. Sorry. Mine is about puppies.
Oh.
Dogs.
Yes.
This is heartwarming. Check this out. A family lost their dog during Hurricane Sandy. After searching for 1.5 years and giving up hope, they decided, we're just going to adopt another dog.
Oh.
The adoption counselor brought in the first candidate, and it was actually their lost dog.
Oh, Sandy. Oh, wait, Sandy was...
that was a hurricane. That's who did all of this.
My bad. Sandy, you bitch.
That's like a Pixar movie. I wonder what that dog went through. He was probably on a boat.
What is a corgi? Was she a corgi?
I mean, this could just be a happy photo. It looks like a golden retriever. I highly doubt that was them. But
you know what you should look up?
I like little stories about dogs that get
so
lost
cute.
and come back.
You know what you should look up since that's a golden retriever? They have like a golden retriever convention where all these people bring their golden retrievers, and it's like hundreds and hundreds of people in this auditorium with their golden retrievers, and they're the video just pans around, and it's the cutest fucking
when
thing
you first said it,
ever.
I don't know, my first thought was no humans, just all golden retrievers at a convention, just like What's the newest retriever shit?
What's the stitch?
That must be because, I mean, obviously dogs don't know what cons are. So that
Mhm.
must be crazy for them, especially if they didn't know how many of them
Right.
there was. Imagine you're a dog and all you know is your masters, the neighborhood dog. You don't know there's other golden retrievers. So you go in there, you think it's a multiverse. You're like, oh, holy shit.
It was
It's me.
hundreds of me.
A fat me, a skinny
you
me.
know, right? A little me, a big me. Like it was
It's
just.
probably scary for the dogs.
It's the cutest shit I've ever seen. I might have to go ahead and send this to the editor so they can.
PETA
Put it
needs
up.
to investigate because that might be cruel. Because it's all humans. Like I love golden retrievers. I understand this concept. Yeah, you like golden retrievers. It's like anime con. Like yeah, we all like the same things. But these
Mhm.
dogs are freaking out. Like what the hell? Thousands of golden retrievers
Mhm.
just like on leashes. They can't even
It
play
was
together.
Cute though. I mean,
Animal abuse.
there's a lot of stuff.
Animal
going on with
confusion.
animals.
That's some Rick and Morty shit.
Ah, what about that guy that spent $20,000 to turn into a dog?
The hyper realistic
yeah,
lassie.
he really looked like it too.
You know he's had sex
He
with
said
an
he's
animal.
for sure. He
20,000?
probably had sex with the costume.
Mm-hmm.
He puts
Doggy style. All right, guys. Well, this has been another episode of Thick Threads. I've been Golden Pat.
and
Persephone
golden
Retriever.
big bitch, golden
Damn.
bitch. What? That's
We'll see
really
you
what
next
it
week.
is. Bye.